Hi there, my name is Bree, and welcome to the Ultimate Decades Challenge. This will be the first episode of this challenge. I consider the last episode to be more of a pilot where we just established all the rules. And this episode, we're actually going to get into some gameplay. So you can see right there, I sent Felipa to go foraging because last episode, if you can remember, we were having a very hard time finding spring harvestables that we could plant in our garden, and I really want to get the garden going so that we may be able to sell some stuff and make some money, because as you can see right now, we're very poor, which is expected. I mean, we're peasants. We have a long way to work our way up. We're probably gonna die peasants. That's okay. This is a very long challenge. So, what is happening now? I think Phineas is in the house eating some gruel, and as you can see, look at our very sad garden there. But at least the bunnies are cute. The bunnies are very cute. Yeah, so Phineas is in the house eating some good gruel that his lovely wife made, and then we're gonna have him go into the workshop and work on the woodworking table, because that is another way that we're planning on to make money. We're gonna hopefully make enough what is it called, like, what do we call them, like woodwork? Is that what they're called? Woodwork. Going to make a lot of woodwork, and we're gonna hopefully be able to sell that stuff at the market that's in town. So that is something that we plan on doing. This episode is going to the market. So you can see here he's working on some woodwork. Gonna take him a long time. Also, if you remember last episode, Felipa is currently pregnant, so we're gonna have our first Halliwell baby this episode. Look at her belly. I love the way the pregnant Sims look in this game. They look amazing. If you ask me, Sims 4 hands down has the best pregnant Sims. They're so cute. And it's super realistic as well. So she's washing her hands, and as you can see, we have no spring harvestables because she was yet again not able to find any good harvestables for this season, and that's sad. I'm beginning to think that there's like no good harvestables in the area that they live, only like for other seasons. Phineas is still working, and then I want Felipa to work on some other stuff. Like, we have this wicker thing and some other stuff in the workshop that she could do. I'm thinking we can make her work on the soap table though, so she can make some soaps, and we could sell those at the I also have a pottery table, you can see that right there. But we actually have some stuff in our inventory that will make it easier for us to make soaps. It'll make the soap making cost less. As you can see right here, we have some blackberries and some basil in our inventory, and that makes it easier for us to make soaps. I mean, we don't have a lot of money, and we need to unfortunately spend money to make money. Now, after Phineas gets done with that, I'm gonna have him come here and clean our cows because they're very dirty. And look at that cow moving around. I love this mod. I know I said that last episode, but I really love this mod. This is an amazing mod. Shout out to the creator of this mod because it is a fantastic mod. I love the mod community in The Sims 4 because God, do they make this game worth playing. Okay, so you can see here, Felipa is working on the soap making table, and I love this mod as well. It's so cool. I'm gonna have her make another one. The more stuff we have to sell, the more money we're gonna make. So I'm just gonna have her do that. I can't wait till she has this baby. Hopefully her and the baby make it through the birthing process, because we will have to roll to see if they die or don't die, and that is gonna be frightening to go through, but exciting as well. So fingers crossed that both baby and mother make it. Look at Phineas just brushing the cows. Just really, I really like the idea of not having the cows attached to a shed. And now that I think about it, that would be an amazing mod for like a farming challenge. And maybe that's something I could do on this channel in the far future. I say far future because I want the main focus of this channel to be decades. And I might not introduce another let's play to the channel until like we're in at least in the 1400s, and that seems so far away. We're in the year 1301. But my scheduling or when I plan to schedule videos are Tuesdays and Fridays. So I plan to upload on Tuesdays at noon and Fridays at noon each week. So 2 videos of decades each week. So we should be able to get to the 1400s relatively soon, I hope. That doesn't sound soon though. So I had her make another soap because we need to make as much as we can, and as you can see, our money is just non-existent at this point because we keep spending it to make things so we can sell stuff. It's picking up poop. For some reason they don't like picking up the poop though. I like that part of the mod as well, but they do not like picking up the poop. I have to move it around. I don't know if it's the cows that are in the way for them, but they don't like picking it up. That must be the 4th cow that just showed up in the back. He must have been in the back area, or a she. So that soaping table, I realized later, that actually works as a stove, which I did not know, but it does. And as you can see, I don't know who that is in the background, but you can see some of the Sims I made in the background. And here comes Phineas to talk to his wife, probably to ask her how long or when does she think the baby's gonna come. And I imagine Felipe tells him like whenever the watcher feels it's time. I actually have the rambunctious religious mod in, and I do plan on to use that, but I have like a church setup, but I don't have anybody to run it, and I honestly don't know how I would be able to run a church in a game. So I think we go to Sunday during this part, and so on Sunday we won't be attending church, but in the future my Sims will be attending religious events, and that'll be something they can do to get off the lot from time to time, so they won't be here just working all the time. And I actually plan on placing down a lot more stuff around the town. I currently have a market. I want to build a shop as well. I also want to do some places where we can have like events, like maybe there's a jousting tournament that we can have our Sims go watch, or when there's like holidays we can have festivals and have everybody in the town go to it. So those are things that I do have planned and making. And I want to know if you guys would be interested in like little machinima cutscenes that I could do in the future, because like I don't know if you guys like the openings that I do, the opening credits that I have, but I do plan on changing the opening credits to reflect the changes in our family every decade. So next decade there will be like a new opening credits scene, and as well as a new ending scene. Right now I think this is currently just Felipe knitting on the bed, but that would be nice to do, I think. So I have Felipe making some food because it's getting late. It's time for dinner. It's dinner time, so I'm gonna have her make some food for her and her husband, and they'll eat it, and then they'll probably go to bed. It seems like she's been pregnant for forever. It really has. And look, Phineas really loves to come out here and play archery. I think I'm gonna eventually get him a guitar or a lute for him to learn to play, because that is one of his natural talents, is being musically inclined. So we'll buy that for him one day, and then maybe when they have more kids, when they have kids, because they don't have any kids right now, he can play it in front of the kids and stuff like that. So that would be great to build his personality and character. And he just seems like he's just over the day, looks very tired. And he's just gonna go straight to bed. Poor guy. Poor Phineas. He lives a very hard knock life. So they go to bed, and oh my god, look, Philippa is in labor. Look at me with this camera panning. I was trying to get a good shot of her, because I want to take screenshots, lots and lots of screenshots. So I went to go purchase a crib, but I'm sure, yes, you're not surprised, we weren't able to get a crib because we don't have enough money for a crib. So unfortunately I had to go out and actually sell all the stuff that was already in Phineas's inventory that we were supposed to go to the market and sell, but the baby has to sleep somewhere. So we had to sell all that stuff and buy a crib. Lucky enough for us, it was enough for us to buy a crib. So we buy it, and I like to think that maybe instead of them like going to the inventory and buying it, like maybe Phineas actually built it with his own hands. So we place that down near the fire. Like, or near the spider web. The baby's gonna be sleeping by the spider web. And then we have Philippa give birth, and look at this animation. She looks so much like she's in pain. It's such a great mod. Let me stop saying that. I'm just like, but it is really a good mod. I know this was created by Pandanomusins. I hope I did say that right. The childbirthing mod. A realistic childbirthing mod. And she looks like she's in pain. Oh my god, it's a boy. How lucky for us. We have a boy. Okay, so this is me showing you guys my spreadsheet for the first time ever. But we need to be in the marriages and babies tab. So here I have all the names that medieval names for here, and then what I'm gonna do is randomly generate a number through 2 through 139, because that's how many baby boy names I have, and we're just gonna randomly choose his name, and I'm gonna pull that up. So here is the random number generator, and we see we got 2 through 139, and we randomize, and we got 93. And 93 is the name Manfred. So our first child name is Manfred Halliwell. And how exciting is this? We have a boy on our first try. We have an heir. Oh, well, let's not get too excited, because we do have to roll for him to see if he lives or dies along with his mother. But look at this animation. It's so cute. I probably should have did it on the bed, but Phineas was on the bed, so we wouldn't have been able to do that. So we just did it over here. And look how cute that is. In the future, I was thinking that maybe I could like do it in a way where we have midwives present, and we can create some midwives, and then whenever Philippa goes into pregnant, or whenever any woman goes to pregnant, oh, you can see me roll. I roll for both of them. Now, I promise you guys, this is not me cheating. I rolled for both of them, and both of them rolled an 11, both mom and baby. I just did not put the baby roll on the screen for whatever reason, but they both rolled an 11, so both mom and baby made it through the birthing process. And Manfred lives to see another day, at least, because he does have to age up into an infant tomorrow. So I sent them all to bed, or I sent her back to bed, and then Phineas woke up and was freaking out after the fact. He like literally slept with his wife giving birth, and I just know Philippa had to be screaming throughout that whole process. But she just walks calmly past him freaking out to feed her baby. But yeah, what I was saying before, I would like to in the future have actual midwives present during the labor process, because I believe like during that time period midwives would have probably been present. I don't know, I might have to do some research on that. So to start that day off, I had her make some pottage for just the two of them. I do have the Little Miss Sam's, like the mod where you could choose just the amount of servings you want to serve, but unfortunately I don't think it works with custom foods like the old recipe book that I'm using in the game. I don't think it doesn't work with that, which is sad. So I have to keep making her make 4 servings, even though there's not 4 people there to eat it. She's cooking, but the baby is wailing. So at this point, I realized that my game audio was not working. So I think at this point, you should be able to hear the game audio. If I have to hear the baby hollering and screaming, you guys do too. So yay for you. Okay, I had Philippa sweep up the diaper mess. I don't even know why the diapers do that. And sent Phineas to do some woodworking so that he can build up his woodwork again, because we had to spend all of it to afford a crib for their newborn son. I'm not gonna have him try again for a baby. Like after she has a baby, I'll wait a day so they'll be able to try for a baby again tomorrow. Because the more babies we have, the better chances of us actually winning this challenge. And well, I don't want to say winning, because like even if our last name changes, I'm still gonna play all the way through. So I think winning this challenge would mean if we actually make it to the year 2020 or whatever, instead of like if we just make it through the whole entire challenge keeping our last name. But the more children we have, the more chances we have of like getting to us the second generation and branching off from there. So now we have them eating breakfast, which is the pottage, and again looking at our pitiful garden. I do not know why it took so long for the sage to grow, but I had sent her back in there to make some soaps so she can send her husband off to the market with it. Oh, it's actually Valentine's Day. That's probably why I'm just ignoring it, because we did not celebrate this day. I mean, she just had a baby and they're very like broke, and I didn't have anything planned for Valentine's Day, so they just ignored this holiday. They needed to focus on their child and focus on the farm and keeping their cows alive. Sent her out there to go pick up some poop, which she was not happy with. She did not want to pick up the poop. So I tried to move it around to see if she would do it then. Yeah, I really don't know what was causing that. I think it's the cow that was in the way, but then she went to go pick it up and then put it back down. So I just sent her to go foraging, so hopefully she could actually find some stuff that we could plant in our garden. That was after Phineas had just got out of the tub. He emptied the oven because there was some stuff in the oven, and I did not know that. So he emptied it out and threw it in the trash. And then he was like, I think this is where he was like working with the cows and was also picking up the poop. It's such a weird thing to say in a video. Okay, so he was like the only parent home, so he had to take care of the baby. Nice father-son time. Had him use the restroom. And the fire. I'm surprised the fire had this the fireplace hasn't started a fire. And we're gonna go continue woodworking. The baby has started to cry again. I think this was a hungry cry, but unfortunately his mother was not there for him to feed him. But then she returned later and was able to feed him. Had to cancel out those interactions so that she would be able to actually feed the baby, because Phineas wanted to bottle feed him, and that was gonna happen. There aren't any bottles invented during these times. The only person that can feed the baby is the mother. So this is just the gist of what we do nowadays on this challenge is woodwork and take care of our cows. That's basically all we can do until we can get further into the challenge and establish relationships and establish more storylines. But right now we're just still in our humble beginning phase, and yeah, we're just going with the flow at this point. I tried to see if I can send one of them out into like the nearby area and find some like wild mushrooms or something, but those were like not good mushrooms. There was like, I don't know, I think those were the mushrooms that you use to brew with. And since I brought that up, that's another thing. Like, maybe in the future when our Sims get sick, we can just brew like medicines. And I know the herbalism thing isn't really for like sick Sims, but maybe we can brew like the concoctions that have nothing to do with sickness and give it to our Sims when they're sick, and it not really help them get better. Because I feel like during that time period, there was like a lot of stuff that people would try to, sorry about that, that people would try to use to make themselves better, but it never really worked. So maybe that would be a thing that we could do. Just for a little bit of realism. Okay, we're working on the farm. We're working on the farm, and she's terrified. It's not even thunderstorming. I don't know why she was terrified. It was just raining. And we got a letter from Roland Graves, congratulating us about our new baby. Of course, we couldn't read the letter because we're peasants and we don't know how to read. But yeah, that's a great friend. I know last part I said that we were going to invite their wives over so they can join a club with Philippa and they could just knit or something. But I don't see that happening this part because, one, we don't have enough money. And two, oh my God. Okay, here, we had a fire. Philippa started a fire. I had her extinguish it out, and oh my God. And I was like, before I even started this challenge, I was concerned about the fires. I was like, well, if we have a fire, should we roll to see if the Sims die? Because I feel like fires would have probably been more deadly back then. I don't know how they would have put out fires. Probably like with water or something. I mean, they didn't have electricity, so that probably was it. So, but this part, I just decided to let her extinguish it out. But in the future, maybe that's something we can do. Like if a fire starts on the lot, we can roll to see if the Sims die. I mean, more death rolls. Why not? So because she burnt our stove up, I had to have Phineas eat the harvestables that were in his inventory. So he ate some apples for dinner and then he went to bed, and that was the end of our Friday. We had a fire. The same day that we gave birth to our child, we had a fire. This challenge is just going great. All right, so I'm just sending him to bed. He looks just defeated. And our baby boy woke us up pretty early the next day. He woke Philippa up. And Phineas, I just sent Phineas out to go foraging, so hopefully today is the day we get some spring harvestables. But as you can see, her parenting skill is just going up really quick. That is a natural talent that she has. She's a really good parent, and I feel like that her children will just love her. Like, she'll be the favorite parent out of the two. And she's just rocking her baby, keeping him calm. I didn't age him up right away. I didn't want to do that. I think whenever there's a birthday, the time I'm gonna age them up is like 8 o'clock. Like 8 o'clock in the morning, I'll age them up. And then we finally had some sage. I don't know why I went past that, but we finally was able to sell some stuff from our garden. It wasn't much, but it was something. And something is better than nothing. And right before I aged up the baby, I had them woohoo just to like get the second pregnancy going on. So they woohooed. Right, and the baby was like awake and crying at this time, so that just goes to show about their parenting skills. But they really didn't. I guess the baby had to wait. So after they were done, we were able to age up little Manfred into an infant. And here goes the dice roll, and he rolled a 10. And lucky for us, a 10 is not a deadly roll for an infant, so he was able to age up into an infant. You can see his mom clapping right there. She's very happy. And we rolled, and he's a cautious sim. He's a very cautious baby, and that's a good thing to be during this time period. Very cautious. And then I'm just gonna take the baby into cast so we could do our little edit of him. Modify him in cast. So this is what he looked like before, and this is what he looked like afterward. You can see the little rolls on him. I love that that skin detail for the infants. I don't know who's that by, but I love it. It makes the infants look really cute and realistic. So we have to delete our crib so that we can afford an infant crib, so we can put our new infant, our first infant of the challenge. We got him a peasant crib this time and put it back in the same area. Okay, she picked him up, and I don't know what she did. I guess she was cuddling him, getting to know her newfound infant. What am I saying? Okay. I like that they can sit down with the infants too. That's a cool interaction. But she had to put him down so she can clean up and then maybe take a nap, because she is really tired. Like I said, the baby had woke him up in the middle of the night and they didn't get any kind of sleep at all. Look, Phineas is over there sleeping on the bench. He's very tired. But I have him go eat, because today is the day that I'm gonna send him to the market so that maybe we can sell some things and maybe we can make a little money. So I have him eat, and then Philippa put the baby down for a nap, because I'm pretty sure he was tired at that point too. So he just soothed himself to sleep. And at this point, I forgot to show you guys the new spreadsheet. So we moved him to where he ages up to a toddler, which is going to be in 1302, I think. 1302. or maybe 1303, but I'm pretty sure it's 1302. Got a notification that tomorrow is Easter, but we won't be celebrating because we don't have a proper church set up. So Easter is just going to be a regular day tomorrow. And then she did the laundry for the first time. It was getting piled up, so I just had her go ahead and do it. And they love playing with the archery thing. I don't know how I'm going to involve the archery thing into the challenge. I was watching a documentary the other day, and it said that during this time, like, lower class people or lower class males were expected to learn archery as a skill. So maybe all the boys that's born in the game, I'll just have all of them like on a particular day attend like an archery tournament or something. That could be something we could do in the future. Maybe when Manfred grows up, if Manfred is able to make it to childhood, he could do that. So I also put some of these cheese wheels that Felipe had made a long time ago into his inventory, so that he could also probably sell those. And our sage push didn't have anything on it today, unfortunately. So I had him use the restroom, and then I went ahead and sent him off to the market, leaving his wife and baby home alone. Look at Manfred's just sleeping in the crib. That's so cute. Okay, and now we're off to the market. The market, this loading screen is so long. Okay, I'm gonna go to the market. Just in this area. So we're here at the market, and I don't know what was wrong here. Something was wrong with the lie. I think I have to edit it out. I don't know what's wrong, but I've been planning to get the retail mod where you don't have to actually own retail shops. No sim has to own it, and people can just go there and buy things, because for some reason sims weren't populating here. So I had them just start a yard sale. Eventually I had him starting a yard sale after I had to figure out I had to start a yard sale. In here, and then we had a couple of sims. These are actually the wives of Roland Graves and Percival Hayward. Those are the sims that we were at the tavern with last part. These are their wives. So maybe in the future they'll be more incorporated into the story. But I was having an issue with them because they were here to talk to him. They weren't really purchasing things. I mean, maybe it's because they didn't have that much money. They are peasants as well. So that was probably the reason they just didn't have the funds. Probably need to place down some more villagers around the town. Because I have a lower class neighborhood and a upper class neighborhood where all the dukes and nobility reside along with the king. But yeah, they didn't purchase much of anything, and that really just saddened Phineas. He looked pretty defeated after that point. At this point is when I realized, when we had sent Phineas to go foraging earlier, he was actually able to get some strawberries and mushrooms, which are harvestables that we can harvest in spring. So I had Felipe go plant those, and that was great. I was really happy about that. Now we can have a proper garden. Like, we're starting to have a proper garden. She did that. She took the baby out with her. I don't know why. Maybe she's just a working mom. A working mother. She took him out there and put him down there because she doesn't want to leave him out of her sight. She seems very attached to him, actually. Okay, so she plants all of that with the baby. And Phineas went to go take a nap because he was over the day, actually. His day was pretty long for him. What is Manfred doing? Manfred must, is he talking? I wonder, like, when the baby eventually ages up into a toddler, we will be able to teach him how to talk, right? I don't think we would be able to, like, work with the flashcards or anything. That wouldn't make sense. But I think it's okay to teach him how to talk and walk. And then, yeah, it's just finishing. And he's not having a good time. It's actually time for him to go to bed. It's actually really late at this point. So she put him to bed while Phineas woke up from his nap. He's kind of hungry. But I actually had them woohoo again. Because, like I said in the pilot episode, we're gonna allow them to woohoo twice a day at the least when trying for a baby. And if they don't get pregnant with those 2 tries, then they'll have to try again the next day. But yeah, they woohoo and went straight to bed. And look at Manfred in his crib. Adorable. But if you could just see, like, for a split second, she did get the throw up option on the toilet, so we might actually be having another baby next part. I don't know. It really depends. But yeah, because I'm pretty sure she's pregnant. So another Halliwell baby is on the way. So that's exciting. Hopefully that baby lives again, and maybe it's a boy. I'm hoping for another boy. So since we got an heir, we need a spare. So an heir and a spare would be great. That would be ideal for us. Alright, so Phineas is miserable at this point. We need to have him eat and go bathe. The baby is up as well and he's hungry, but I sent Felipe to go make some food. I realized at this point that she could actually make food on the soap table because, like I said earlier, it works as a stove because we still haven't replaced our oven since she had the fire. Now this is later in the day. As you can see, our cows are not happy. There's poop everywhere. We have to clean our cows. And the baby isn't having a good time. He's really stinky. So we had Felipe just go take care of him really quickly. And here you can see we're starting to be able to harvest some mushrooms and stuff. Or, I mean, not harvest, sell. Okay, we're going to harvest only once a season. So I think that next week on a Thursday, like next week in a game on a Thursday, will be when we harvest. So I plan on harvesting our harvestables the second week of the season on Thursdays. Right. Now I had her go get that laundry that was up that we did earlier or yesterday and sweep around the house, replace the water. You know what? Another thing I could actually do is like the stuff that we can't plant yet, we can actually use as something to make our clothing smell good. But the baby still stinks. He's in his crib though. She probably just put him down for a nap. It's okay. He can stink. Stinkiness doesn't, your baby being stink doesn't get him taken away. And Phineas is back at it again on the woodworking table making some stuff. I don't think he's discouraged about the failed attempt at the market. It was our first day after all. And we're gonna go back next episode, and hopefully then I'll have that lot fixed, and the retail therapy mod. I think that's what it's called, the retail therapy mod. We'll have that in as well. Okay, so it's becoming afternoon at this point. It is Easter, but we're not celebrating. We're just ignoring it. And I just had her, eat, because I don't think she ate at this point. She did make food earlier, but she had to stop to take care of the baby. So we eat, and he works. Doesn't seem like he's having a good time today, though. On the woodworking table. Ooh, what is going on with Felipa back there in the background? She was shouting some forbidding words. So I had him stop that and just go take a bath really quickly to make his mood better. Oh, they were trying to take a bath at the same time. But I stopped Felipa and had her go out there and take care of the cows. Pivot her interactions. Again with the not being able to pick up the poop. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the how I got the grass growing or something, because I don't really think it's the cows. The cows couldn't be in their way. I'm noticing that I don't really go back in the back area. I want to like put some fishing things down in the back area, so maybe Phineas can fish in the back lake, and they can also sell fish at the market as well as cook it, so they won't have to be eating pottage and gruel all the time. Look at the cow. So cute. Stinky cow. Okay. So Felipa was able to take her bath. And she went to go get I need to get something else, because this doesn't make sense for the baby to be bathed in that tub, because that is a very big tub, and realistically the baby would probably be drowning in that amount of water. What's going on with Phineas? He's washing his hands. These are very clean too. Okay. What am I doing now? Oh, I made the bar stool. I don't know why all that sage was in our inventory though. That's weird. So I just went ahead and sold that stuff, as well as the bar stool. I don't think I mentioned this, or maybe I did and I just don't remember because I've been talking for like 40 minutes now. But with on the woodworking table, we're gonna only do like the big furniture and stuff like once, because those you can't sell those at the market. So we're gonna do like one a day, I think. And I'm just gonna have to sell the smaller stuff at the markets. Now here I was able to like actually purchase some wax so that Felipa can go back to making candles, so they can have light in the house, because as you notice, it's very dark in the house right now. We just haven't been able to, yeah, you can see the throw up option, but we just haven't been able to make candles because they've been very broke. They haven't been able to buy wax. And the baby is playing the infants are like mini toddlers, always playing with the counters and stuff. I should actually put down like some toys for him to play with. He doesn't have anything to play with. A rock or something. I don't know what medieval infants would be playing with. Probably with nothing. Oh, at this point we were able to replace the oven, quotation marks, replace. We'll just say that they fixed it. Somehow they fixed it. Yeah, and I had her go out and make some candles so that I can finally have some light. And I actually want Philippa, not Phineas, to be the one that, like, whenever something around the farm breaks down, I want her to be the one that actually fixes it, because that's a natural talent that she has. So she'll be the one to fix it and not Phineas. But look at this father-son bonding time. This is really adorable. Phineas doesn't really get to interact with Manfred throughout the day because he's busy working, so this is a good little moment for them. But he ends up putting him down soon after, and because he needed to clean up all that stuff. There was a lot of stuff. She finished a candle, but at that point Felipe had came back in the house and put the baby to bed, and then she was able to repair the sink. That is a sink. And then I had her sweep around and clean up. And Phineas, I think Phineas went back to work, making stuff on the woodworking table. And I just had her clean up and get ready for bed or get ready for dinner. I don't know which came first. As you can see, here goes our calendar. Next part, we're gonna have an All Fools Day. I don't know if we're gonna celebrate it, but I think I'm gonna plan something though, because we didn't celebrate any holidays this time. So maybe we should do something on All Fools Day. And yeah. So I think I let him make one more last thing, and then he went back in and they just got settled in for the night. As you can see that the oven is now fixed because we replaced it, we fixed it. So yeah, he's gonna use the restroom. She's gonna finish that. I don't think I had him eat. Maybe I did. But she's gonna eat. The baby is already asleep. I don't think he wakes up again for the night. But yeah, Felipe's hasn't gotten her next pregnancy bump at this time. Maybe she'll get it tomorrow. Her first pregnancy bump, excuse me. But yeah, they're gonna go to bed. Okay guys, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm really excited about this challenge. I do have a lot of things planned, and I don't want them to always be on the farm. Trust me, they won't always be on the farm. I will incorporate a lot of the villagers into the storyline and actually build the storyline, so just bear with me. Again, thank you guys for watching. We have a lot to look forward to in the next episode, hopefully Halliwell Baby number 2. So bye.